2, 1, let's go. Who's up first?
Okay, go. Right,
Guys, welcome to today's video where we're, come on then, you can sit down, Case. We're going to rifle through, you're going that side?
Yeah, okay, so it's like, oh.
Normally when I get interviewed I'm on the other side. Just kidding. We're going to rifle through the suggestions, give you some feedback. There'd be nothing worse than if you were to say something and then feel as though I've just completely disregarded your comment. So yeah, go on in, Case, what we got?
Right, more warm-ups that are more fun. Some text.
Brilliant. Tex, I think you've already seen that we've done that for you, mate. So yeah, it's always our intention to do that. We don't want to make it too jokey, mate. Obviously, some of the warm-ups are just as significant as the Metcon itself. The WOD of the day is the full hour. So you might have good solid gymnastics movements in there, laying foundational work and everything else. So we can't just play volleyball or do sticks every day. But yeah, we'll definitely aim to make it a little bit more fun. Break up the monotonous of flipping inchworms and all the other stuff that we get a little bit sick of.
CW1 t-shirts or more merch.
So guys, we have got t-shirts in the office which are our expensive branded wear. They're the Heavy Rep t-shirts. I don't know why I'm grabbing this. This is Rogue. Anyone got a Heavy Rep on? Anyway, real good quality, made by Heavy Rep, and then we take them away and get them printed. So if you want one of them t-shirts, the only ones that we've got for the females is it's a male or female t-shirt, unisex. Or we've got the boxy rocks, like the kind of cropped ones. If you want one of them, just place an order, speak to me, and then I'll take a ruck of them down and get them printed. And there's also an online shop, CW1 online shop, and then there's all the attire on there, guys. Hoodies, onesies, flipping, go mad.
So there's, well, it's 2 in 1, but introduce the pegboards into workouts and then potential for new ab mats.
100% pegboards into workouts, we can definitely do that. We'll leave it as another option. Instead of doing chin-ups, you can do that instead of something that requires a bit of imagination for the coaches. So great, we'll definitely look at doing that. That's a brilliant one. But as for the ab mats, guys, flipping, we're not in the business at the moment of replacing things that don't need to be replaced. So yeah, if you feel as though the red one's too soft, you might be putting a little bit of hench on. So get yourself on a grey one. They compress less.
More social events.
You're talking to the right person here, i.e. Craig Williamson. If you talk to the box owner, no, they are membership breakers for obvious reasons that I don't feel as though I need to alliterate on or elaborate on. But we'll definitely look at doing things more like the throwdowns, training days and that. So that being said, remember training day, what's the date, Jen?
28th of May.
28th, we want to make that absolutely epic, guys. So doing some good quality workouts, having a bit of fun, and then playing a bit of beer pong and whatever else, and no doubt we'll lead that into a social experience into the night of, let's say, Nantwich or Sandbach or one of the neighbouring towns. We'll avoid Crewe. I don't think the Captain Webb's too good up the road.
Towels. CW1 towels. Oh.
Sam, if you're watching this video, can you do towels? I'll get on to the guys that do the CW1 shop and see if we can get any CW1 towels. Yeah, good one.
So specific ability for WOD in the warm-up and ability challenge.
That's really good. Right. I believe I've read one similar to this, if it's in the one. So yeah, I'm just going to mention about mobility because somebody put one in the early days and it flipped out and I've seen it already. Implementing more, some of the workouts require, or some of the movements require lots of mobility. Jen got that one, I think. Just read that out for us, Jen, please.
A lot of classes require specific mobility, but the programming doesn't include enough mobility work / tracking.
Right, cool. So I think that's a misinterpretation of what mobility is, guys. So flexibility, I think you're talking about there. So if you look at the overhead squat, for instance, that's saying like, you know, we're required to do the overhead squat, but we don't do enough work to do a better overhead squat. Every time that you do the overhead squat, when you pull that bar back, you are increasing the strength in the rear of the body and increasing the flexibility where you're hindered in the front of the body. So that's mobility. So if you look at it like this, flexibility is where I'm able to lift my leg up to, and then mobility is where I'm able on my own to lift my leg up to, i.e. restricted by lack of strength in this area or lack of flexibility in that area. So if you want to get better at squatting, you could stretch off your hamstrings, increase your ankle range of motion, you could you know, get more supple as such, do more yoga, or you could do more squats. And then every time you focus on being in a better position, you're stabilising, increasing strength as well as flexibility, and therefore getting more mobile. So unfortunately, people, we are doing mobility every single day in every single workout. If you are talking specific to flexibility, then that's on you, because you're speaking to the right person. If I was to just rely on the general physical preparedness programming of CrossFit to keep me out of the nursing home, I genuinely think that that will be the case. I don't feel as though I would ever see a nursing home. However, if I want to see a 100 kilogram snatch, I can't rely on the coach to do some added mobility work each day on a workout for me to get towards that massive hole, or fill that massive hole in my fitness level. So I've got to do that in the background, like some guys work on their engine, some guys work on their strength, and some guys work on their gymnastics, like strengths or whatever. So unfortunately, we'll try and do some things so you are able to know what to do in the shadows, but yeah, we can't just put that on every single given workout.
We could set up a mobility group.
Yeah, we could definitely look at something like that. So, you know, over the years I've learned it's not about what we can give you, it's accountability more than anything. I can show you mobility drills, and then you can go off and do it for 2 days, and then it probably fall apart, just like your nutrition and everything else. It tends to be the case that we need a bit of less guidance and more accountability. So we'll definitely look at something like that, guys. Yeah, brilliant one.
That's me.
Is that you, Arcade? Thank you very much. It was lovely to see you. Bye. Oh, next up we have Jen. Come on, Jen.
I start with this one.
Right, first one.
I bet they'll watch this video. We got Jen on the couch today. Hello, Jen. What's your name? Where do you come from?
Jen.
Oh, Jen. I meant your full name.
I am Jennifer from Sandbach, and I am here to query you today.
Oh, go on then.
So, first one. Turn the PT room into a Globo gym, cable crossover, easy bar, perhaps have extended access to allow people
Mirrors
to
as
use
well.
it at infrequent hours.
Mirrors as well. No, they haven't put mirrors.
They haven't
gone as
specified
far as
mirrors,
saying mirrors.
But there is several ellipses here, which perhaps maybe
Oh,
suggest things like that.
I never knew
English
that.
teacher.
I'd just say multiple full stops, but they're ellipses, are they?
Well, one isn't. Anyway, carry on.
Okay, brilliant. We're all learning. Right.
Every day's a school day.
Guys, I think that is, honestly, I think again though, it is a fantastic one, and we have thought about it, but I believe that would only ever entertain the 0.1% population of the gym membership. So in terms of finances and what we'd have to do in order to create that, so I'll give you an idea, I'll give you an example. In order to do something like that, we'd have to sell some other memberships to justify bringing in thousands of pounds of equipment and blah blah blah. Now, I tread very carefully, the types of memberships that you would sell to facilitate that, I don't think you'd be happy with the type of folk that would purchase them to come into the gym. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Next question.
So we're not doing any $5.99 a month memberships anytime soon to justify flipping blah 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 to bring that in, because them type of people aren't the people that we want in a CrossFit environment. So
Excellent. Weightlifting clinic was really good. More of these, please.
yeah, I genuinely right, athlete development hierarchy pyramid. Okay, so in CrossFit, one of the epic things that Greg Glassman came up with is the athlete hierarchy development program. So if you want to develop an athlete, start from the beginning. Go on, hazard a guess. What's the foundation of it all? I hear you say nutrition, girls. Well done. Nutrition. Then it is metabolic conditioning, i.e. your engine. Then it is gymnastics. Then it is weightlifting and throwing. Then it is regular adapt and learn to new sports. So go and test yourself in a competitive environment whilst learning new skills. I definitely see people doing the top of the pyramid. You definitely require more weightlifting. You never really ask for the throwing. And there has been a multitude of gymnastics things, and we are heavily overloading the place at the moment with engine stuff. So I think there's a great balance at the moment. Just remember, the barbells, as shiny and as pretty as they are, that is more competitive CrossFit and not fit for life, and what it is that we are predominantly geared around here.
What do you mean by throwing compared to weightlifting? What's throwing?
More warballs. No,
Is it
no, anything in the terms of throwing. So weightlifting in our world is defined by moving an external object with your body. So it's not just when we think weightlifting, everyone just obsesses about the snatch and the clean and jerk. And they've never thanked me for a clinic on all types of weightlifting, i.e. just moving stuff around. So that's your strongman movements, flipping log pressing, sled pushing, pulling, so on and so forth, flipping. So yeah,
throwing is just
it's
walls.
It's just the excitement of the barbell, guys. I totally get it. The shiny comp plates, flipping. No one wants to see sandbags over the shoulder and jumping over hay bales at the games. They all want to see the event where it's like 21, 15, 9, coloured barbells and flipping muscle ups or whatever. So I totally get that, but that is always deferring and like coming away from the legit reason of why we should all be doing CrossFit. So it's definitely always a considerment. I always consider it, guys, but at the same time, I want a better balance of like actually just getting you guys as fit and as healthy as I can.
Okay, this is a chunky one. So, Team Fitness League every Wednesday night. One team WOD. Team has 6 members, but only 4 have to compete each week. Runs for a full season, similar to a 5-a-side league format. Also, purchase a worm.
Everything but the bottom statement, epic. That is definitely something that we'll look towards, but I know who this is because we spoke about it the other day. That's the type of person that should set something like this up, and we should do it in the open gym in the shadows and just keep people entertained. You know, a lot of you have been here now 6 to 8 years or something. They might just be getting bored of just turning up. You know, constantly varied to you now is still arriving at the whiteboard, having a brief, doing a warm-up, skill or strength, doing a metcon. So it's like same, even though it's like that's about as varied as anything could ever be. So maybe to entertain yourself, come up with something like that. That's just like Dave Germain epically. He's going to run away and do the golf society. So if you want to be that person that leads that, that's fantastic, guys. As for the worm, take up shed loads of space, just sit in the corner and get really dusty after you've had a little play around with it, realised it's absolutely minging, just like the flipping request for the bikes back in the day. Please can we have bikes when the games athletes are on them? They look really good. And then you get on them and you're like, I don't ever want to go on them again. And I can't run, go on the bike. I'll just try and run with my broken ankle instead. So yeah, a worm, just a complete waste of money. We haven't got the money in the pot anyway. Guys, if you want to go and purchase a worm, if you've got a team that always flipping takes part in a CrossFest or something, I'm sure one of you's got a garage, you can invite each other around, play around with the worm and do the other flipping workout, exercise movements, whatever in open gym, then yeah, open gym. Yeah, that's up to you.
Yeah,
Great idea.
Let's not advertise that. Program more socials. I feel like people just need to organise going for a pint if they want more socials.
Oh, Jen! And that's why I brought Jen to the couch. Sometimes I haven't got the answers to everything. You guys have. Thank you, Jen.
More time on the rig, toaster bar, butterflies, chester bar. Chester bar? Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
Good effort, Jen. CrossFit abbreviations. Rewind the video back to what I was saying before. That's just the competitive sporting model of CrossFit. So we need more time doing everything that gets everybody epic and not just a very, very small majority of people who go off and do Uranos and do more of the sporting top of the pyramid.
Right, thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you very much.
Next
Oh,
up.
here we go. Should I be worried?
Yep, always. Right.
What, let me hang on.
No, you're not allowed to look.
I've just seen that then. Maura Craig doing tops off briefs at the whiteboard. Who's wrote that?
All
Me.
You ready?
Yes.
Focused.
Oh God, yeah. Go on.
Can they change, or can you change the 6 a.m. class cut-off time from 2200 hours to 2100 hours?
Carl, can you write that on the whiteboard, please?
Okay.
Do that today.
Done. Show the WODs.
Right, guys, we're going to show the WODs. We're going to show the freaking WODs, but Jesus Christ, can you please understand that we're trying to run a business here? So, what I mean by that, in a perfect world, it is CrossFit. Prepare for the unknown, the unknowable. If I was in the military and we just prepared all the time to be shot at, I think the day that somebody dropped a bomb near you, you'd absolutely still flipping poo yourself, right? You are trying to prepare for the unknown, the unknowable. Showing the workouts is the most ridiculous thing you'll ever do because you are not going to prepare for the unknown, the unknowable. You are going to reach a level of plateau in your fitness so fast and so quick because I would never, ever, ever have the disrespect to any one of you to say that I'm any different than you guys, that every single one of us will cherry pick the life out of that programming to do the things that are more pleasurable to you, which will inevitably see you run out and plateau very quickly and never do the things that you don't like. So, also, there is a really good reason why we don't do it in the terms of business. We've got close to 200 members in here. We have 15 people on the class. and we have a floor space. You all seen like the boxes back in the day for COVID or whatever, but that's pretty much the box that you can be allocated to if you're going to do box jumps, rowing, and have a 7-foot barbell. Someone did the epic maths back in the day to calculate how many members you can have per floor space, to how many classes you have on the day, to how many people you have on that class. And we did the maths and it works out at about 72 people. Like, we're capped at 72 people. So that would see your membership being about 300 quid a month, and we just don't take any more than 72 people. And that would allow for every single person to 100% get all their WODs in if they're on an unlimited membership throughout the week. Right, that's not going to happen, is it? So then we've got to work with that. So by showing the WODs, all that inevitably does is there are certain workouts that are a little bit more lower skilled and more cardio looking that are more favourable to the 80% membership. They will all drift towards them workouts. That will then see Tuesday, a 1 rep max snatch heavy strength day, have about 4 people come through the box on that day. Everyone then goes off into them same areas of the week, which then pushes massive waiting lists, pushes people who are consistent and very frequent with their training, potentially off workouts, so then they don't get their allocations in. So it's just not good business, guys, basically. But since CAP programming's been now given for free, so many more CrossFit gyms are going to go affiliated with the programming, I believe, which will see more CrossFit gyms put the programming online, because I think they are, let's say, lack of imagination, don't know what content to put on, so I'll just share the workout of the day. So yeah, guys, they're out there. Speak to the members if you're that obsessed about it, because some of us actually don't want to know, and I know that I'm not the only person in that gang. There's enough people in here that know the workouts or know the boxes that run the workouts, so just find out who it is, and then you'll pretty much have a good idea. But remember one thing, they might change it one day in the morning, I might change it one day in the morning. If it's running intervals like the other day, that epic one with the 400 metre runs, and it's absolutely thrown it down, we're probably going to flip the WOD round. We can also change the WOD throughout the day. So like, again, you can't, we're supposed to be CrossFitters, guys. We're supposed to be a little bit mentally tougher than like just always having to know what's the plan, what am I doing? Okay?
There is another one on that same note, just to kind of emphasise that some people can't make it in 5 days a week, so it would be nice to be able to have some ability to juggle things at work so we can attend the WODs which we would enjoy the most. And if you did that, they would actually love you forever.
I love that one.
With one kiss only.
This is the hardest one that I'll never ever know. I think I could be 35 years in now and still not know the correct answer to this. Someone explained this to me as, if you keep going to a restaurant and getting served a standard meal, like, you know, a poor meal, there's only so long you're going to keep going back to that restaurant and receiving a bad meal. I would see that as like the bad workout that you didn't enjoy doing. But at the same time, there's only so many times you keep going back to a restaurant that flipping, if the portions were only flipping so little that you didn't get the fulfillment or whatever. Like, my goal and my job is, you know, numeral, keep you safe whilst training, but inevitably to get you as fit and as healthy as I could possibly achieve through the programming. So that being said, yes, you will pick the workouts that you predominantly like over and over again, but it will still have an end date to it. It will still say, in the terms of business and in the terms of me being a legit person and try and get you as fit as possible, you will still leave. I've seen it over the years. You've been here for a few years now. I'm sure that you can totally relate to what I'm saying now. That individual who thinks that they like it, who cherry picks life, what they don't like then is watching them other people advance and sail away from them, and then the heads fall off anyway, and then you leave anyway. So yeah, it'll keep you for longer, but then the outcome is still the same. So
right, this is completely different. 3 and 1. Carpet by the roller shutter doors.
For what? Right, yeah.
I presume so. New batteries in the Echo bikes, cannot read the monitor. And then this one, a yearly check-in / school report with the coaches. What can I improve? What am I doing well, etc.
Right, this is really good, so you have to remind me on these ones. Right, as for the carpet at the door, I think I know what you're on about. They're coming in out of the rain. If anything, that's up to us to just try and modify the workout as much as possible so we don't traipse all that in, and we keep like safe so you don't slip whilst you do your burpees or whatever inside. However, as for the carpet, no. 1, rubber flooring is the most expensive thing in this gym, believe it or not. Number 2, the rubber flooring is the that real estate is the most important thing inside this gym as well. It protects all the equipment and da. So that is still a workout space. It's just often not used because of obviously coming in and out of the door. Number 3, is that number 3? Number 3 would be carpet, splash, wet, werewolf smell. Flipping, we have enough dodgy smells as it is in here. Harder to clean. To mop a rubber floor over carpet clean in an area next to the door, it's just unachievable. Maybe we'll look at trying to get one of the Epic Light CW1 mats at the front door, have a large one made at the back door, but they're about flipping 3 million quid, so just wait out for that as well.
New batteries in the Echo bikes.
My God, yeah, I think I replaced them the other day because someone mentioned this, and I did see someone giving it that, but the legends can see it, because they have gone to Specsavers and they're wearing their glasses. So in the hardest year of business, guys, that most people are suffering with at the moment, I'm not in the mindset of changing things before they actually need to be changed. So when it flashes, it does actually do an epic thing, that when it runs out of batteries, that's when we'll change the batteries. You know, when we are like flipping 400 members in, and I'm driving my Ferrari and everyone's living the dream, then yeah, flipping as soon as the batteries have been in there a week, then maybe we'll rotate them out on a weekly basis or something. But I think you get the idea.
And then the last one was the yearly check-in / school report with coaches. What can I improve? Where am I doing well, etc.
Absolutely brilliant, but we are kind of like a 3-person unit at the moment and close to 200 members, so that's a brilliant idea and something that we've always known about. A lot of the very, very successful boxes out there, they'll have like flipping fully staffed, i.e. 7 people on a payroll that are doing a full-time job, and then they look after a certain selective few of members or whatever, or you know, it's all, everyone's broken down to like you're that coach, you're that coach, and they provide accountabilities and flipping everything that you're saying there. So that's again just dreaming towards we're like 7 years to 10 years behind the Americans, and that is definitely something that we are aiming to try and achieve. I know we did this one.
Marbs 2024.
Marbs 2024 says the person who can't come. Says the person who can't come in 2023, Jay, and Jen, the school teacher. But we have to go in half term because it's cheaper.
Yeah, but
I know.
holiday, so that it's 3 days. Come for 3 days.
Yeah, could do a bank holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we'll definitely look into that.
Just review teacher appropriate holidays.
This last one.
This is the last
Oh
one.
God, this is really long.
Throwdown followed by karaoke night, and then an Alderley Edge summer social for those that like
Throwdown training
Housewives
day.
of Cheshire.
We've steered away from throwdowns, guys, because they still have the issue with like, oh, I don't want to be judged and don't want to be put on the spot and like don't want to get too competitive and blah blah blah. So we've taken away the only bad things that are involved in a throwdown and manipulating and come up with the epic idea of the training day. So you do multiple workouts, you still get pushed to that level and everything else, but you're not judged, we don't do a big scoreboard, we don't glorify only 3 people and so on and so forth. So that's definitely the next thing coming up in the terms of, if you want to have a sing song at the end of that, guys, I'll just bring out the
Or
microphone.
during. You can have a sing song.
Or during, yeah. As for the
definitely
Alderley
seems-
Edge thing, as someone told me about this the other day, so we were laughing about this. When we go sandbach, the members from over Nantwich are like, oh, can we go Nantwich? And then vice versa. So going completely out to Alderley Edge, I don't even think we have any members from over that direction. So that'll be the person who's asked for it, me, and maybe a couple of hardcore members that would go over there. So we're always trying to do everything for the majority. So in the terms of the majority, not quite sure what's so epic about Alderley Edge, and maybe there's a new CrossFit bar there or something. If there is, let me know and we'll look into it. But if not, no, let's just keep it to the local areas, guys. Make it easy for everyone.
Done.
We're done. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm going for an handshake. Weird.
Now
Well done.
Oh, thanks ever